Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of From Page to Stage. I'm your host, Wendy Corner, and this podcast is for you if you're an entrepreneur. Yes, page and stage come together in entrepreneurship. You may have a solo book out, you may have a contributory book out, you may have a regular blog. But if you're an entrepreneur, I can guarantee you've got socials, haven't you? And what's that if it's not published work? Go you. What about the speaking bit, the stage bit? Well, a lot of people come to me and go, oh, I'm too shy, I'm nervous, I'm an introvert. And I go, yeah, okay, can you have a one-on-one conversation with someone? Yes. Then you can do a podcast, just like we're doing now, because yes, that is a stage. So if that covers you, that you feel you're not so happy about the talky stuff, come and get your message on a podcast. Get hold of me. Let's have you on From Page to Stage. Okay, now, oh my goodness me, forgive the croak. I am super, super excited to share a second episode with this gorgeous lady, Amanda Lindsey, known as the spreader of happy. Now, Amanda has 3 contributory books out at the moment, but what's even more exciting, she's about to launch her first solo work. Amanda, for the audience who haven't met you yet,
Yes.
can you give us a quick synopsis, a little cliff notes as to how you got to where you are now?
Okay, I shall. But first, I want to thank you so much for having me here again. It was so much fun the last time. When I found out that I was launching my book, I was like, oh my goodness, I got to talk to Wendy again. So thank you for having me on. And thank you guys. I'm very excited to be here again. So yeah, the last time we spoke, I had just actually, I think, finished um, the third, as I will call them the Happiness Chronicles, because each chapter that I wrote had something to do with happiness,
Mm-hmm.
and so the Happiness Chronicles, and then I just decided, it was time to go full force with my happiness message and do the solo thing. And so that is where I am right now. And how how the spreader of the happy came about. I had, how people talk about a spiritual awakening? I had a happiness awakening, if you will.
Love it. Love it. Tell us more.
Yeah. Hmm? Oh,
Tell us more.
yes. Okay. So it combined two not so happy things. Of course, I have been a manager of chronic health issues since the age of 15. And so in 2009, they got extremely bad, and I was dealing with them on a regular, everyday kind of thing. Um, and so, dealing with my chronic health issues, I had isolation, depression, fear of the unknown, financial instability. My whole world was just pretty much crumbling along with my physical condition.
Yeah.
Um, and then in comes the pandemic. Well,
Just add something else onto it. Yeah.
yeah, we'll just add something else. Well, interestingly, the pandemic, what it did for me is it allowed me to connect with people again. Like, I had lost pretty much connection to myself and to humanity in general because of all the chronic health stuff going on. And just, well, I realized during the pandemic that, it didn't matter who you were, where you were, what status you were, how healthy you were. Any, things can happen. And the pandemic, things were happening to billions of people at the same time, and not so good things. And so when I realized I had a connection again, this connection was that, you know, it was through pain and suffering. And I was like, That that doesn't sit well with me. I don't want to be connected to people that way. I'm connected again. Yay, that's awesome, but I'm not liking this connection. And
Yeah.
so I decided that, I wanted my connection with people to be one of happiness, hope, joy, positivity, and love. And so that's where Spread of the Happy came, because I decided I wanted to make every encounter that I had as meaningful and as joyful as possible.
Cool. So that's a real conscious intention, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, this, I mean, you've had the Happiness Chronicles, but this book is a little bit different, isn't it?
It is.
Share with us a little bit more about this new book.
Well, for one thing, this new book it's all mine. It's my baby, and it's the first thing. I mean, I don't have kids, so this is my baby, if you will. And um, labor of love,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And the whole process has been amazing. But this book is, hmm, I call it a happiness revolution. It is a happiness adventure. First of all, let me tell you what the title is. It's called it is called Let's Get Into Shape, Spreading Happiness Across Planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, shape.
Love
That's
it.
right.
Love it.
Yep. And this this magical guide to glee, as I call it. Yes, magical guide to glee. It encompasses the what I call, in getting into shape is cultivating the happiness within and
Yeah.
then sharing it with others. So
Right.
it's a different perspective of looking at happiness, because a lot of the times, when we're looking either for happiness or it's all we all focus it on ourselves. But when we look within and we cultivate it within and then share it with others, it just magnifies more and more and more. And so I just wanted to bring that joyful process out into the world.
Love it. Love it. So I'm going to ask you something a little bit nuanced here. I hear that some people they have a different definition of joy and happiness. Are the two synonymous for you, or are they separate?
That's a very good question, because how I would like to say happiness. I'll give you my definition of happiness. And for me, that is my expression of love. That is what happiness is to me. And
Uh-huh.
so any word that encompasses that feeling for me works. It's the same.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Because, audience, you'll know that if you've been listening to me for any length of time, you'll know that I'm very clear about language, because we all have our own definitions. We all have our own filters through which we process words. So that's why I wanted to check in with you, Amanda, as to your definition of happiness, because then we can be on the same page when we're sharing that happiness from your perspective. Love it. Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. So this book, tell us, you've said it's about the sharing the happiness. Is it a self-help book? Is it a journal? How is it structured, and what are you aiming to share with your audience?
All right. It's a journey, and it's one that I take with you, because as I was writing the book, I did it myself. And the subtitle to the book is 52 Happy Hints to Turn Your Frown Upside Down.
52 happy what?
Hints. Like
Hence.
a hint? Yeah, hint.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
My cloth ears.
And so how I've structured it, and it's loosely structured because, again, this is your happiness journey. And so with 8 billion people in the world, there's going to be 8 billion different ways to express happiness, um to feel it, to spread it. And so these 52, what I'm proposing are just to jumpstart your journey. And in that vein, you get to learn a little bit about me and my experiences with each hint. So it's not like, you know, 52, check, 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 the hints like that. It's, I let you know kind of what the hint is and then my little journey with it. And then maybe, you know, to get you thinking on how you would go through these hints yourself.
Right.
And I do include a reflection slash journal page at the end of each hint. So that way you can like, while you're reading about it, get some ideas, you can jot it down in the book and everything like that.
Excellent. So the fact that you've got 52, I'm guessing that's a one a week that you can focus on and
Yep,
mull over during the week. Love
yep.
it. Love
And
it.
it's broken up into two parts. So you know how I mentioned it's cultivating the happiness within and then sharing it with others? The
Yes.
first 26 are focusing on to bring more joy into your own life.
Right.
And then the second 26 are how to share with others.
Nice. So you're taking people through an entire year of blossoming in the happiness department. Is that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yes.
how precious is that? How precious is that? Okay.
And they're a lot of fun too.
Oh,
Lots of fun.
I would expect nothing less than you, my darling. Audience, if you haven't already gathered, Amanda has this amazing vivacity about her, sort of effervescent, bubbly. Think of, if you're into it, prosecco. Sort of lovely bubbliness.
Lovely. Thank you.
Bubbliness. Okay. So when is the book coming out?
It is coming out on Tuesday, June 10th.
2025, because this
Yes.
podcast will be up
Oh,
forever
yes.
after.
That's right. 2025.
June the 10th, 2025. Excellent. Now, you're going to pop it up on Amazon. Is it going to be in Barnes and Noble physical bookshops as well?
As of right now, we're looking at Amazon. Um, and who knows? We are going to see where that goes.
Sure, sure. So I was just wondering what the plan was. So you obviously this is primarily a physical book because if you've got journal pages and things in it, it's a bit
Print them
tricky
out.
when you're doing a Kindle.
You can scan it, can't you?
Of course you can. Of course you can. Are there any plans to do an audio book?
I'm not really sure. I haven't really gotten that far. The ebook is what's launching on the 10th,
Yes.
and the paperback will be coming out shortly after.
Mhm.
Oh, and what's very exciting about the paperback is it will be in color.
Oh,
So, so
that is
if you are getting it, the ebook, and you see the colors, those colors will be transferred to the paperback.
oh, how precious is that?
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Now, you've got Zoom parties, launch parties that you're doing, is that right?
I have what I'm doing is I have a celebration corner in my little office,
Okay.
and what I will be doing is popping in live on Facebook in just random times just to say, hey, share some celebration. Maybe, eat a celebratory cookie here or there.
Love it. Love it.
But basically just to celebrate all day.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
That's the
Now,
plan.
you'll remind us where are you based physically, geographically?
I am in Louisiana, which is the
Okay.
southern part of the United States.
Right. And you're on what time zone?
I am in Central.
Central. Okay. So,
And if,
audience, because we know we have people here from all across North America, we have people here from Europe, and we also have people here from Australasia. The fact that she's going to be in and out, you're going to be able to catch her at some point. Okay. So don't just think, oh, she's on the other side of the world, therefore we're not going to look in. do look in. The link to Amanda's Facebook page is in the show notes, so go check it out. We're also going to put in the link to the Amazon page, so you can go and check out the book immediately. And this podcast is going up next week, just ahead of your, oh, actually, no, it's just beyond your launch. Yeah, just
Oh,
after
that's
the
wonderful. Hey, so excited.
it really is exciting. Now, you were saying this is a labor of love, and you, like me, have not actually produced any physical baby. But have you felt that it has been a bit of a labor, as in pushing to get there, or has this been an easy, gentle ride for you? How's the whole experience been for you?
The whole thing has been nothing but joy. I have had so much fun the whole time. There's been no, I had said a labor of love, but it really, there's no pushing whatsoever. It was it was beautiful. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
The whole
And
process.
how long did the writing take you?
Oh goodness. Let's see. Hmm. I'd say a couple months.
Okay.
I mean, I'd work every day. I do. I I am what you call a monotasker. So, I pretty much, when I decided that I was going to start working on my book, that was all I was going to do. I'm like, I'm not going to do, and very interestingly, while we're talking about from page to stage, I was not going to do any stages.
Okay.
Um, Pretty much, I just put everything on hold because I wanted to be able to work on this whenever I wanted, and not have it be stressful, and just basically have the joy of the whole experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm asking that because there are people who are watching this who are in that thought of, am I going to write a book? How easy is it? So I'm always after people's experiences. Now, you obviously are going to be intentionally joyful about anything and everything you do. You will find the happy in anything. Audience, I'm just going to share with you very quickly a little bit of a personal share here, in that sometimes Amazon doesn't take the most direct route in the uploading. That's all I'm going to say. So if you have set yourself a target date for publication, give yourself at least a week before that to upload your manuscript. If you want any extra help on that one, give me a shout. So we've got,
Another thing too, sorry, another thing too, just to let you guys know about Amazon regarding, like, if reviews is another thing. If you guys do, purchase an ebook, or a physical book, and you guys want to leave a review, it typically can take up to 72 hours for that review to show up. So don't worry if you send a review and then all of a sudden you're not like seeing it or anything like that, or somebody, or as an author, if someone tells you, "Hey, I reviewed your book," and you're not seeing it, it could take a little bit.
yeah, that's it. I mean, the bots take 72 hours to check over a manuscript, check over anything. They say allow 72 hours. Sometimes it goes in faster than that, but part of it is it depends on which Amazon you're using,
Mm.
whether it's .com, whether it's .ca, whether it's .uk,
Huh.
AU. So that can influence it. And it also depends on how many other people are uploading it at the same time. Because whilst these bots are supposed to be able to multitask, I'll just leave it there. So exciting times, Amanda. You've got a celebration day coming up. Will you be popping in all the way through that 24 hours, or are you keeping it to a particular time for you?
I haven't scheduled a time, or I haven't scheduled times, but they will be recorded on Facebook. So anytime you go to the page, it'll show up. So you'll see me partying at some point in time.
Now, do you have a specific Facebook page for the launch, or is this your personal page we're talking about?
I'm talking about my personal page that I'll be going live in.
Cool.
I have a launch page, but I was not aware that it had to be 60 days old before you could go live. And I'm 5 days short. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe," and I didn't realize it, but so good news is what that I will do is I will post, whenever I go live, I will share it onto that page and if I can, and I also have a group called S.H.A.P.E, Spreading Happiness Across Planet Earth, and I will be popping live in there or sharing onto that page as well.
Love it. I mean, audience, that is a very large community. How many have you got in that community now?
We have over 1,000 people from over 58 countries.
Wow. So how's
Yeah.
that for truly global influence? Amanda said she's spreading happy across planet Earth, right the way across. Just a second, I'm going to have a cough. There we go, that's better. So exciting news, we've got the book coming out. Now that you've got it actually out, what about getting back onto those stages? What have you got lined?
I am so looking forward to that. Yes, yes, yes. I actually, it was very interesting. I had opened my messenger one day, like last week, and a mutual friend had introduced me to someone called the happiness expert. I mean, how do you get better than that, right? And so she said, I wanted you to meet the happiness expert because I think you two would hit it off. She's got a podcast, and I think you'd be perfect for her. And so I looked at this message and I was like, "Oh, how fantastic is that?" So I set up a meeting, and so I will be meeting with the happiness expert pretty soon to set up a podcast with her. So that's going to be exciting.
Can we ask who it is?
Ah,
Or is that, no, that's fine.
nope, nope.
We'll keep that
It's a
under
secret.
wraps for now.
It's a happy little secret.
Happy to see you. Love it. Love it. Okay. So you're getting back out onto the stages. Audience, podcasts are super important. If you have a book launch coming up, get on those podcasts where your audience hangs out. Bear in mind also that very often a podcast host will have a very long lag time. I have applied for a podcast which is not even going to be recorded until October, and we're sitting, well, the application went in April.
Oh
And I was
goodness.
told they're not even going to be recording until, actually, no, it's November. And I don't know when it's going out after that. So my point is, audience, if you have a book coming out, as soon as you know your target publication date, get onto these podcasts, apply for them, because you never know how long it's going to take. Now, Amanda and I had scheduled last week before, as you can tell from the voice, I was actually out, completely out, no voice at all. Did not sit well with me. And I knew that I couldn't do the podcast. So we've snuck this one in so that I can get it out in time for Amanda's launch. My point is, though, guys, if you have a book launch coming up, think ahead of time, reverse engineer. Where is your audience sitting? What are the podcasts they're listening to? Apply to those with plenty of time. You may not even have finished the book. That doesn't matter. They don't need to know, because by the time it goes out, you will have done. Just saying. Okay.
Helpful hints. Helpful, happy hints.
Exactly. Because otherwise we're looking at the, how am I getting this out there? We have, as authors, we often get so focused, you were saying about monotasking, we get so focused on getting the book written that we forget there are the other things around it that need to be considered as we're going along the journey. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Now, you're publishing this with Mary?
Yes, with Divine Destiny. Mhm.
Got it. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Spreader of Happy. 52 hints. What's the full title of it?
Let's get into shape, spreading happiness across planet Earth.
Let's Get Into Shape. Beautiful, beautiful. And that comes out on the 10th of June, 2025. Oh, exciting, exciting. Just before we finish, have you got any final words of wisdom for our potential authors here?
Ah, yes. One of the things, as far as if you are kind of navigating the anxiousness of speaking on podcasts or just speaking in general, one of the things that I do that helps me before going on a stage is to close my eyes and to just put my hand on my heart and just say, you know, it's not about me, it's about my message. And that calms me down, and it reminds me why I'm doing it in the first place. And so you know you wrote something, you want that message out there, and so speaking it is part of it. I mean, it really is. And if you can just remind yourself that you're doing it for the message.
Yes. Yeah, that's it exactly, isn't it? Because the thing is that your audience, excuse me, your audience will buy from somebody they know, like, and trust. And the best way of in building that is to talk about your book, and actually they can hear your voice. And if, when you're doing a launch, are you planning to do any reading from your work
No,
or launch them?
I haven't thought about that's a great idea. I haven't thought about it, but that's a wonderful plan. I might just when I pop in, I might do that.
Just pick a random one, or a
Yeah.
bit of engagement. You could actually say, choose a number between 1 and 52.
There you go. I love it. Love it.
The reason I'm saying this is because, audience, when you do speak out your words from a stage, be that a physical stage or a Zoom stage, the audience then catches your voice. And when they come to read it themselves, they are literally hearing your voice speaking those words in their head. That is why it is so powerful to speak your own words, because
Love it.
your words have power. So use them. I have absolutely adored our conversation, as always, Amanda. I mean, we could talk and talk and talk. Voice
Well, if your voice allowed.
voice permitting, yes. So, audience, do check it out on the 10th. Actually, oh yes, I'll stick up a note to it, even although this podcast will be going out after the 10th. But we will do this. You can go back and check in the links when you go back in. So, Amanda, thank you so much for sharing your second from page to stage with us.
Thank you so much.
For now,
It's getting to shape, guys.
oh yes. For now, bye from us.
Bye bye.